Greetings, you puppeteer cliques. That's how we say it in Canada, because it's French. Hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Today, we are opening this booster pack of Modern Masters 2015. This was given to us by Eric at PAX West 2019. Thank you, Eric. Time for the pull tab fun times. This is 2015. This is 7 years old. Matt Damon rapidly aging in Private Ryan dog gif. Anyway. Nice. I feel like this is the third one of these packs we've opened on Crack-A-Pack, but only the second legitimate booster of this set. So I'm looking forward to it. Blood Ogre. 2 and a red for a 2/2 Ogre Warrior with Bloodthirst 1 and First Strike. I feel like I talked about this one last time we did Modern Masters 2015. It's just like a 3/3. I mean, even a 2/2 First Strike was just sort of irritating in this format. But a 3/3 First Strike was super annoying. It wasn't like powerful or anything, but just like, oh man, I'm going to have to use removal on that. Why? Nameless Inversion is next. 1 and a black for a tribal instant shapeshifter. Ooh boy. With Changeling, this card is every creature type at all times. Target creature gets +3/-3 and loses all creature types until end of turn. So it could be a pump spell if you had a very tough creature, but generally you just killed something with this. Like a Blood Ogre. Rampant Growth. 1 and a green for a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card and put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Everyone loves Rampant Growth because it's Rampant Growth and it's great. I'm just making generalizations here, but I mean, come on, it's Rampant Growth. Who doesn't love Rampant Growth? Not you, sit down. Mighty Leap. You get back down. 1 and a white. For an instant, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Yeah. I don't know. A set's going to need some amount of combat tricks, and why not Mighty Leap? Sometimes you need to block a flyer. Like Dusk Hunter Bat. 1 and a black for a 1/1 creature bat with flying and Bloodthirst 1. I didn't actually explain Bloodthirst when I read the Blood Ogre because I was just sort of skating right past it, but I'll read it now. If an opponent was dealt damage this turn, this creature enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it because it's Bloodthirst 1. But that Bloodthirst number can increase, and that's how many counters it gets. So if it was Bloodthirst 2, it would get 2 +1/+1 counters if an opponent was dealt any amount of damage. Doesn't care how much damage. So this is very like post-combat player creature after you've dealt some amount of damage. Make it bigger. Nice thing about Dusk Hunter Bat is you may not get the Bloodthirst on it, but it's very good at enabling Bloodthirst for other creatures because it's a 2-mana flyer, so you can start chipping in early. Right, get your Blood Ogre down as a 3/3 on turn 3. I think Red-Black Bloodthirst was a deck in this format. I think. Ooh, Thoughtcast. 4 and a blue for a sorcery with affinity for artifacts, which means this spell costs 1 generic mana less to cast for each artifact you control. Draw 2 cards. So operating under peak circumstances, it's 1 blue mana to draw 2 cards. Because don't forget, the artifact lands were in this set, right? So it's just like land drop, creatures, you know, like, oh, I got 4 artifacts in play. Pay 1, draw 2 cards. Not bad. Fiery Fall. 5 and a red. Instant deals 5 damage to target creature for when you really got to kill that Blood Ogre. Now, Fiery Fall killed a lot of stuff. It also has basic land cycling for 1 and a red. There was a cycle, if you will, of basic land cyclers, like Sylvan Bounty and the Absorb Vis, I think was the black one. I don't remember the rest of them. Anyway, yeah, they were just good for, you know, early fixing, late usefulness. And so, yeah, good stuff. Commune with Nature. Single green mana for a sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library and just, like, enjoy it. Just soak it in for a while. Man, those are some nice cards you got in your deck. Good job. Then, you may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Hopefully you hit. If not, at least you got some reflection with your deck. Dread Drone. Love Dread Drone. 4 and a black for a 4/1 Eldrazi drone. It enters the battlefield with 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens. And as a reminder, the Eldrazi spawns say, sacrifice this creature to add 1 colorless to your mana pool. I mean, here they say add 1 generic. I think that's been oracled to be 1 colorless, though maybe that's not true of the spawn. It's certainly true of the Scions from Battle for Zendikar. I don't know if it matters. It probably matters. I don't know. I kind of like Dread Drone. Also, it's Raymond Swanland. It's early Raymond Swanland art, so it's very spiky, and I appreciate it. Mere Enforcer. The merest Enforcer. 7 mana for a 4/4. Now, that might seem bad, but it also has affinity for artifacts. This spell costs 1 generic mana less to cast for each artifact you control. This could be free. At its peak, this could be a 4/4 for nothing. And that's very good. Or it could be a 4/4 for 7, and that's not very good. Choose wisely. Flash Freeze. 1 and a blue, instant, counter target red or green spell. You ever get somebody with a Flash Freeze out of the board? Because they don't expect it. It's so particular. It's really, I had a big like, is this how blue mages feel moment? You know? It's like, oh, nice. It's a real like frisson of smugness down my neck. Gruul Turf. Land enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand, and you tap to add red-green to your mana pool. Not or, both. Good stuff. And a Simic Growth Chamber. So 2 of the Ravnica Karoo lands, I think they're still called the Karoo lands, enters tapped. When it enters, you return a land, and this one taps for green and blue. These were very good for fixing. They didn't really like ramp you necessarily, but getting 2 mana out of 1 land was handy. Certainly. So that's nice. And are you kidding me? That's amazing. I don't know. This has certainly never happened with a rare. I think it's happened once or twice before, but never with a rare. Our rare is Puppeteer Clique. That's really funny. Wow. 3 black for a 3/2 fairy wizard with flying. When Puppeteer Clique, Canada, enters the battlefield, put target creature card from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste at the beginning of your next end step. Exile it. And the Puppeteer Clique itself has persist. So when it dies, if it had no -1/-1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a -1/-1 counter on it, and then it gets to do that all again. And finally, we have a foil, because every one of these packs had a foil, and the foil is Waking Nightmare, 2 and a black for a sorcery with Arcane. Target player discards 2 cards. What an interesting pack. So not just because it's the name that I chose to saddle you with today, I would take the Puppeteer Clique here, first pick, just because, you know, it's a powerful effect, does cool stuff, and there's not a lot else here that's like really leaping out at me unless I want to go hard on rampant growth right off the bat. I mean, Nameless Inversion is good. Fiery Fall is flexible. The lands are nice, but no, I would just take the Puppeteer Clique. It's also worth about half the pack, which as a total is like a little over $5. So, you know, it's the highest value card in the pack. But that's not why I'm taking it. I'm taking it just because it's cool. And wow, what a we've been having a lucky recording session today. That's fun. Well, thank you very much to Eric at PAX West 2019 for giving us this pack of Modern Masters 2015. If you want to send us a pack, don't feel obliged, but you can. And the address on your screen. A reminder that this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We've got cool stuff in our store, so check that out. We've got our Discord. You can check that out too. Participate in our lovely community. Hey, until next time, I've been Graham. James has been running tech. Matt edits these. Heather gets them online. And you've all been watching, and we thank you for it. Talk to you next time. Bye.